integer multiplication and division. This topic isn't very difficult in terms of what it's asking you to do numerically. The problem comes in with the signs. So here's the important thing. If you have two negative numbers and you multiply them together, you're going to get a positive. If you have two positive numbers and you multiply them together, you're going to get a positive. If you have one negative and one positive, and it doesn't matter which order they're in, if you have an odd pair, so one negative, one positive, it's going to come out to be negative. It doesn't matter if the positive is first or if it's a second, which order they're in. If there's one positive, one negative, it's coming out negative. So this also works with division. So a negative divided by a negative is going to give you a positive. A positive divided by a positive is going to give you a positive. A negative divided by a positive will give you a negative. And a positive divided by a negative will give you a negative. So the rules are the same for multiplication and division when it comes to signs. So if I'm looking at these problems over here, for this first problem, it's one negative being divided by a positive. So when there's one negative, that means my answer is going to come out to be negative. From there, all I have to do is 18 divided by 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So negative 18 divided by 6 will be negative 3. For our next problem, negative 2 times negative 5. If we're multiplying two negatives together, my answer is going to come out to be positive. So I can really just kind of ignore these negative signs at this point because I know my answer is going to come out to be positive. 2 times 5 is 10. So 10 is my final answer. 12 divided by negative 3. There is one negative here, which means my answer is going to come out to be negative. Then all I'm looking at is 12 divided by 3, which is 4. So my answer will be negative 4. It's negative because there was one negative to begin with. Finally, negative 4 times 5, there is one negative there, which means our answer will be negative. 4 times 5 is 20, so negative 20 is our answer. So just remember, if you have two negatives, they come out to a positive. If it's one negative, one positive, it's going to come out negative. That's the really important thing from this topic.